Students, in this topic, let us see about what is requirement elicitation. This is a very important topic, and based on this, there may be questions which can be asked in your university examination, and it is one of the important process in requirement engineering. So let us see what is requirement elicitation. Discovering requirements. So the requirement elicitation is the process of discovering the requirements for a system by communicating with the customers, system users, and the others who have a stake in the system development. Okay, requirement elicitation is a process of discovering requirements. So we are going to discover new set of requirements from the customer, system users, and others who have stake in the system development. Okay, whichever the thing is, the very important thing is, we have to get the requirements as possible from the customers, system users, and others who stack in the system development. So as possible, if you are the requirements which we are obtaining as possible will always help to develop a quality product. So discovering requirements, that is requirement elicitation, is one of the very important process in requirement engineering. So what are the goals of requirement elicitation? Identify relevant sources of requirements. So we have to identify the relevant sources first, that is from stakeholders. The next thing is, I already told what is who can be a stakeholder. The person who is going to use the product, like the customer or developer or manager, whoever the end user is going to use, or the owner, they all can be a stakeholders. So we are going to get the sources of requirements from the stakeholders who all are related to the project. Means determine what information is needed. We have to determine what information is needed. The next thing is analyze the gathered information and look for implication inconsistencies or unsolved issues. So we have to gather the information and look for implications in whichever inconsistencies have occurred in the project currently or in previous, or unsolved, is there any unsolved issue in the project, etc. The next thing is confront the contractor, the understanding of the requirements with the source. The next one is synthesize appropriate statements of the requirements. So each and every time we are going to analyze the requirement, and we have to identify who are all the stakeholders and what are the possible requirements which can be obtained, and we have to check whether inconsistencies or unsolved issues are there in the product. So these are all the goals of requirement elicitation. Requirement to elicit, like discovering. Boundaries. Identify the higher level of boundaries of the system. The next one is stakeholders and use cases depend upon the boundaries. Okay, stakeholders, I already told that who are all the stakeholders: the customer or a client, the developers, user. So all the three are stakeholders. The next one is goals. Eliciting high level goals early in development. So high level goals should be achieved in early stage of development itself, like discovering requirement. While discovering requirement, we have to achieve the highest goal. Okay, the next one is task. When it is difficult to articulate user requirement. Okay, these are all the things which are in requirements to elicit. Okay, what are the things which are used, or the techniques? The first one is a traditional technique, introspection. We are communicating with the customer. We are introspecting with the customer. What are the possible requirements, etc. The next one is existing document analysis. There could be existing document related to the project, and we can take that and we can analyze the documents, and based on that we can obtain some set of requirements that could be useful to develop a product. The next one is data analysis. Data analysis can be made from the existing document also. Interviews, open-ended interviews, structured interviews. The next one is surveys and questionnaires. So we have to put a lot of questions to the customers, and based on those questions and based on a few survey results, we can obtain some sort of requirements. The next one is meetings, group elicitation, and brainstorming sessions. So these sessions, if we once the requirement is obtained from the customer, we are going to form a team is being formed to develop a product, and that team, there should be a frequent group elicitation in that team, with that team, so that we can get more requirements and what are the needs which is actually the product requires. Okay, so what are the models or techniques which can be opted for elicitation or to develop a product? So that could be a RAD model, which is rapid application development, which means we already saw about a RAD model. A RAD model is nothing but a rapid application development model, where a project is completed as quick as possible, or the project which is completed in a shorter stipulated time. So that is rapid application development. That model, it is a software lifecycle model. Okay, the next one is JAD, joint application design, which is somewhere related to the rapid application development model itself. The next one is prototyping, throwaway, the close-ended, evolutionary, breadboard, incremental, extreme. So we need not worry about this sort of prototyping, incremental or extreme. So these are we already saw in the life cycle model itself. Prototyping is a model, evolutionary is also a model, incremental is also a model, extreme programming is also a software development life cycle model. So those model always helps to develop a software development life cycle. Okay, thank you students.